Hi and welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I took a couple of pieces that I have around my house and I just compiled it together and made this beautiful I am thankful bowl. Okay, so let's get right into this video. Hi and welcome back to my channel. So these are the supplies that I'm going to be using today to make our DIY project. Starting with our bowl. This is a bowl that was actually gifted to me, so yay me, I was in the right place at the right time. Beautiful bowl. Right here I have a, this is like a regular, a brush that I ordered, I believe, from Amazon. Here I have some leftover rhinestone that I also ordered off of Amazon from another project I was working on. The rest of the things that I'm naming, they came from Michael's about 2 years ago. Starting with this beautiful, I don't even really know what to call it, but in any case, I picked this nice little piece up, and it was on clearance at Michael's for, I believe it was $3. So I'm going to use that. I have some E6000. Also, I have some bride and groom stickers. As you can see, this is going to go on the outside of our jar. I also have some glossy Modge Podge, and then in here I have some leftover fine glitter that I'm going to use, and then also here I have some just regular wax paper that I'm going to use to catch the excess glitter. Okay, so with everything being named, let's get started with now putting our project together. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to coat the inside of my jar with this Modge Podge. So I have my brush here. Okay, so now I go in with my glitter, and I'm just going to dump it in, and then now I'm just going to, as you can see, roll my glitter around. Okay, this is how it looks so far. Go back in. Okay, so I'm going to allow this to sit for like an hour, and then I'll pop back in. Okay, so now while our jar is drying, I'm going to go in now and add some rhinestones around the neck of this. And so I have my E6000 here, and I just put some gloves on so I won't get any glue stuck to my fingers. I mean, it's optional. So anyway, I'm just adding a thin layer. Okay, so I'm not going to apply this right away. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes because I want it to be tacky before I add it on here, because if I add it on right now it's a little too wet and it's just going to slide off. Okay, so I'll pop back in when this is nice and tacky in a few minutes. Oh, and also I meant to tell you, if you have some baby wipes or some kind of wet ones, or even a washcloth, keep it handy, so anytime you have any excess Mod Podge or glue, you want to clean it from the neck, because once you add the lid on, any glue, excess glue, is going to dry the lid to the applicator. Okay, so now after this has been sitting for like 2 minutes, I'm going to now add it to the neck of my my base. So I'm just going to grab it. Okay. And because it was tacky, it's like it immediately stuck. Can you see that? Okay. And don't worry about the dull part, because we're going to shine this up, later on. Okay? So now I have my rhinestone nice and secure. You see? So now the next thing I'm going to do is bring my bowl. This is my bowl over here. Okay, so this is how she looks so far. She's still drying. So now while the inside is still drying, I'm now going to attach my base to my jar. Okay, and so the same thing, I'm going to go around the top rim of this with my E6000, and I'm allow it to sit for a few minutes to become tacky. Okay, so I'll let that sit for a few minutes and then I'll pop back in. Okay, so it's nice and tacky. So now I'm going to place it right in the center. Now, if you're not sure where your center is, you can always take a marker and in advance draw where your center is, and then this way you can place it on there. Okay, and voila. Yep, it's about even. Press that down. So now I'm going to take this book. Oops, let me get y'all in a better position where you can see. Well, oops. Okay, so now I'm just going to sit this book on top. just for some extra support, and then let this sit for at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I'll pop back in. Okay, y'all, so we're back. So this has had a chance to sit for about 4 hours now, and I'm actually going to let it sit even longer than this, but I just wanted to come back and pop back in and finish, working on it some more. And so this is how it looks. You can see the rhinestone, on the bottom. And so now, if you look at the glitter that we've done so far, this is how it looks on the outside. And so now from the outside, you can't really see anything. It looks really nice. But when I look on the inside, I don't know if you could tell, in the camera, from the inside out, I can still see like little spaces where I can add more glitter. Okay, so now get into our glitter. The first one I showed you was like a fine glitter, which came in here. And as you can see, this is empty, so I don't have any more of this. Now, this is a backup glitter that I have, but I don't know if you can see, it's just a little, the glitter is a little thicker. It's not as fine as this one, which is okay. Because what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to add another layer in here and just kind of like smooth it out, give it like a, a clean look on the inside, if that makes any sense, okay? So now, what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm just going to kind of like hit against it. So if there's any excess glitter inside here, it'll fall out and it won't pick up on the brush as much, as I'm adding my second layer of Modge Podge. Okay, so just give it a little tap. And so I don't know if you can see, like some glitter came out, not much, okay? So now, I'll just put it up there, and this is okay because my bottom is dry, and I can just always brush any glitter that attached itself to the bottom. I can brush it off. So now, Modge Podge. So the first time when I applied my Modge Podge, I went directly the brush right into the actual jar. But now, since I'm putting a second coat, I don't want to contaminate the entire bottle of Modge Podge, so I just poured some out in this cup. And so now I'm going to go in and then just layer it a second time, and then we're going to add more glitter. Okay, and then also keep a little pail with some water in it to soak your brush in it afterwards so it won't dry out. Alright, so now I have that all coated. So I'm going to move this sheet out of the way. And now I'm going to bring this sheet in because we're going to catch the glitter, the excess glitter in here, and pour it back into our bottle because we don't want to waste any glitter. Okay, so I'm just going to start with what I have in here and just add that in there. Okay. Here we go. I'll bring this back. So now we're going to add our glitter. I'm just going to pour some in. And then now I'm just going to swirl it around. Okay, see? Just as you're swirling it, knock against it. Ooh. Take your time. Alright, so this is how it looks. So now I will let this sit for about 2 hours and allow for the Mod Podge to dry. And then I'll see you back shortly. Alright, so while we're waiting for our bowl to dry on the inside, I'm going to prep my rhinestone and just add these on. So just like before, I'm just going to add some of this glue and allow it to sit for like a minute or two to become tacky before I add it on so it won't slide off. Okay, I'm back. So I have my jar tilted to the side, and then I just have something prop up against it to keep it from rolling. So now I'm going to grab my first chain right here, just grabbing it, and then I'm going to go around the nape of the neck. Just going to press down. Just push it down in there. Just going to flip that around. Okay, so now I'll turn this over. Let's see. So now I'll just take the other part of the chain. And just connect it to this one. Make sure to slide that over. And the same thing, just pull it around and press. And then what I'm doing, I'm making sure I slide it because I want it right underneath the neck of this jar, so I'm just pushing it up. Okay. Can you see that? Just my camera some. Okay, so you see? Okay, so now I've come full circle. Now you see where I have the opening right here. So now this is where this comes in, this extra piece I was telling you about. So it looks like I just need about 2 or 1. Actually, I'm going to try, yeah, 1 is good. I just need 1 link. So I have my scissors right here. So I'm just going to cut off 1 link. Okay. Oops. So let's see if that's enough, or maybe I still need 2. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 in there. So now I'm going to take some of this E6000, and I'm going to actually just put a little amount right there, right in between there. Okay. So now I'm going to take my 2 links and add them right in between here. Okay. And just go back around and just make sure, press and just make sure it's to your liking. Oops. Okay. So that's how it looks. Alright, so now I'm going to sit this off and allow it to continue to dry, and then I'll pop back in. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. This is actually probably about 12 hours later, about 4 in the morning. No, actually, yeah, about 3 o'clock in the morning. And so, yeah, this is how our beautiful bowl looks. Okay, with the glitter. This is the outside, and so now this is the inside, how it looks now after I've added the second layer of the thicker glitter. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to go back in with my Modge Podge, and what we're going to do now is seal it, because as you see, if you can see my hand, when I go to touch it, you know, see how some of the glitter comes off on my fingers, so we don't want that. So now we're going to go in with our final layer of Modge Podge, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go around the entire inside, but this time we're not going to apply any more glitter because we're done. And so we basically want to seal this so the glitter won't come off, you know, when you touch it. All right, and so now before we get started with that, I'm going to flip it over like so, and then I'm just going to again tap, and I'm going to use something. I'm going to use like this ruler, and I'm just going to tap all around my jar, so any excess glitter is going to fall off, so it won't come off on the brush. I mean, you're going to have some that comes off anyway, but you won't have a large amount, you know, that's going to come off from the inside. All right, so just going to use this ruler and just hit all around, and this is going to knock off any extra glitter. Okay, so that's good right there. And so now another thing I was thinking about doing, because I don't know if you can see on the bottom here where I removed the label, there's still kind of some residue from the adhesive that was on the bottom of the label. And so you can take a razor blade, you know, or something to, you know, to scrape it off. But I was thinking, I have these coasters right here that I made using some stuff that I do with some resin. And so you're going to see some videos on that as well later on. But in any case, so I made these coasters. I was thinking about, you know, almost like with Louis Vuitton. I think that's how you pronounce it, the red bottom shoes. And it's like a perfect fit inside here. And although it's not silver, you know, which is fine, I figured I may just add this just to give it a little pop and just make it fun. And so I probably end up doing that. And so, yeah. But, all right, so now back to sealing off the inside of this. So now when I lift this, then you can see, like, this is the excess glitter. Okay, that came off. And so now you can add this back to your bottle, or you could just dump it. And since it's just a small amount, I'm just going to just dump this, discard this altogether. Okay? So now, let's get started with sealing the inside. Alright, so here again I have my Modge Podge that I put off in a separate dish. And then another thing I did, I add a small, tiny, I just basically dipped my brush in some water and then mix it with the Modge Podge just to thin it out slightly, because I don't want it to be really thick, because again, I'm just going to use this now to just seal, you know, my application process to be smooth. And so now we're just going to go in. We're going to begin to seal it. Okay, so As you can see, it's nice and coated all the way through. Okay, thin layer. You want to do a nice thin layer. So now we're just going to allow the inside of this to dry, and then I'll do a finger swipe so you'll see, you know what I mean about the about it drying the glitter in. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over. And so, as I said, I'm going to now take this coaster and I'm going to actually glue it to the bottom of this because I kind of like the way it gives it a pop. Okay. So now, same thing, going in with my E6000. Okay. Okay, y'all, welcome back. So it's actually been about 2 days since I last recorded the video, and so you know, life happens, stuff going on. But in any case, so this is where we are now with our decorative piece. So as you can see on the inside, after going in with our final layer of Modge Podge, I'm just going to take my hand and just do like a little swipe. And so now, as you can see, no glitter. Okay, so the Modge Podge sealed it. And now you don't have to worry about, like I said, glitter falling out. If I turn it upside down and hit it, it's fine. And so now, while we're upside down, this is the bottom. Okay, so this is my Louis Vuitton. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. But in any case, my signature bottom that I put on. I think it looks really cute. So you go from the silver, then you go bam. I mean, not that who's going to ever see the bottom of this. But in any case, so now we're going to move right along. And I'm just about finishing up this piece. And so now I know when I started off this video, originally I was going to do like a bride and groom type of you know, bowl. I guess if you had a wedding and your guests come in and they want to write like some cute little on a sticky note and drop it in, you know, I had an idea for that. But that was just for the, you know, purpose of this video. And so I didn't want to waste this and then even the jar, because afterwards it's like it'll just be sitting around with wedding decal on it. Okay, so what I decided to do instead is that I'm going to actually make this my prayer jar. So what I did was I took my Cricut machine and then I just made this phrase, I am thankful, and every day. And then what I'm going to do is attach this to the outside, you know, of my jar, and then I'm going to sit like some little sticky notes beside it, and then every single day I'm just going to write twice a day, once in the morning what I'm thankful for, and then at the end of the day write something that I'm thankful for, you know, that may have happened throughout the day. And then you know, just get in the habit of doing that, and then just, you know, it's kind of like positive reinforcement. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just remove this and then attach it to my glass. And I'm going to change my battery because I see my battery is about to run out, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so I lifted my letters off the sheet, and now I'm going to place them on my bowl. And I did my letters in gold. I figured since I had the bottom of my bowl gold, I'll add some gold, you know, on here as well to give it a little pop. Break up some of the silver. And I did it in glitter letters. You'll see after it's on. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see. It says, I am thankful. Okay, and then like I said, it matches with the bottom. Okay, all right. So that's it. And then I went in with some glass cleaner. I used some of this, and let me show you. And actually, I don't even know where I picked it up from. It could have been from Home Depot, Target. You could get it from any, pretty much any hardware store. And so yeah, I sprayed, you know, the base to clean up some of the stickiness and the dullness from the glue. But yeah, so this is my little DIY now I am thankful dish, and I'm actually looking forward to using this. And I'll just pop in insert some pictures of you know, how I displayed it. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. And then you know, do with this you know, what you will. These bowls, I got this one for free, and I'm so thankful for it. But if you go on Amazon, they actually sell them really, they're inexpensive. I think for this size bowl, it may be even $5. And I actually went into a convenience store earlier to price them in there. And baby, they want like $15. Don't do it. So just, you know, order. If you decide to just, you know, create one of these for yourself, I would advise you to just order it online. It's much cheaper. And then, you know, as far as these, like I said, I did pick this up from Michael's. But again, just go on Amazon and type in, I don't even know what you would even call them. So like this, I have something like this, but these are clearly, you know, candlestick holder. Okay, and I have actually a video where I actually blinged out these candlestick holders too. I'll make sure I edit it and try to insert. Well, it'll probably come up after this video. But yeah. So that's it. My DIY blinged out prayer. I am so thankful dish. And yeah. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Okay, so this is how I ended up displaying my prayer bowl. And as you can see, I have a beautiful blinged out dish there. And inside that dish, it houses my sticky notes and my ink pen that I, you know, write my thankful messages and prayers on. And if you'd like to see the video on that, I have it, I'll attach it to this video. But yeah, so this is how it turned out. So I hope you have enjoyed this video.